Well, hello. Oh, look at these lovely clashing patterns I managed to. Don't have, yeah, should have like warning, a little epileptic situation warning on here, just in case. Don't want to cause anything unpleasant for people with my terrible clashing patterns. Hello. Look who's come to join us. What a surprise. Climbs on my lap straight away. You know when there's going to be an energy healing, don't you? Because you like to be in. He likes to be in the energy. Hi, Kerry. Nice to see you live. Who else have we got joining us? So we're going to do a little energy healing meditations. Just lock in and basically to kind of clear out any residue from all of the juicy moon vibes. Hey, Philippa. Nice to have you live. Hi, Dale. Good to have you. All of my faves coming on. Let's go. Who else are we going to call in? Yeah, so I feel like last night's moon, though I am not one to surrender my power to an external force such as the moon. Hey, Maureen. Look, they're all coming. Let's go. Let's go. You know, it's very much something that I do work with the moon when I feel like I never really meant to, but it always kind of happens that somehow I manage to program my offerings around the moon, like the lunar cycles, and I'll often feel inspired to do like free events or whatever around the moon cycles, and I don't look at them, it just kind of happens. So I love to trust in that divine timing. And I also noticed that some of the moons have a bigger pull, a bigger effect on my system. And yesterday's was no exception. And last night I said to my boyfriend this morning, I feel like wrung out. I'm getting goosebumps, like cold shivers even thinking about it. I feel wrung out, but like in the best fucking way. You know how like literally like when something is wet and you wring it out and it's just like fresh. I feel like I've just been wrung out and I just feel like cleansed somehow by the experiences of yesterday. And I had a big like last night I had a big bubbly snot rage cry, and I was like, I have to let this anger go. I have to let this hatred, this anger, this pain, this like just like I had to rise up into my rage and like spray my fire and say things out loud that I wanted to say and just be like, rah! Not directed at anybody. I was completely on my own. And then I woke up this, and I afterwards I immediately felt like that's been bubbling. And I've had lots of these moments. I've shared them with you as they've happened, right? I've had lots of these moments over the last few months where a lot of old energy. And in fact, we did an ancestral healing in the portal, the membership group that a lot of you who are here now are a part of. And we did that last week, and I could feel there was like this stagnant energy in my body that wasn't really mine to carry anymore. So we did this ancestral healing around that, and it was really fucking powerful. And then last night, I felt these final pieces just moving. And what was interesting is when I then went and looked into the full moon today, I looked into kind of what this full moon is all about. And a lot of it is to do with basically anything that activated, anything we've been journeying since kind of April time is now, we're getting to see another side of it. We're getting to get some closure if we choose to. And when I think back to April, that's kind of where I really had my first like fuck this shit moment around a situation I was in, and decided to take steps to get myself into a different situation. And so when I think back to how I felt in April versus how I feel now, I feel so much more liberated and just, I don't know, just like softer, more connected, more in my vulnerability, but like safe in my vulnerability, safe in my body. less like, I felt at times during the year almost like a parasitic energy. It was attached to my system. And I feel like that's all cleared and it just feels really good. I'm just stroking my dog because he's laying on my lap and he is like, he's so chilled. It's really cute. He's like, he's actually, I don't know if you can see this, but he's actually like wrapped his head around me. So he's like fully like wrapped himself around my body. It's so cute. And he wouldn't normally stay on my lap for this long, certainly without a blanket over him. So he's obviously just really into the juicy vibes that we're gonna move through today. Hi, Leslie. I don't feel like I've seen your name on one of my live streams before. Say hello. Is this your first time? Where are you in the world? Say hello. So yeah, so I just felt like I wanted to come on today and just share whatever wanted to come through my channel, have us all ground in, seal in that energy, that beautiful energy that came through last night, and just receive the gifts that this particular phase of our life, this lunar cycle, has to offer us. So let's take a moment. Oh my gosh, he's so sweet lying here. I don't think I can move him. I think he just has to be in the energy, don't you, Herman? You bringing your little sausagey love bug vibes to us today. God, he's so sweet. Oh, he's so, so sweet. Okay. So, take a nice deep breath. Get your feet flat on the floor. I generally recommend kind of being seated in an upright position for this. And if you've never done one of my meditations before, then you're in for a treat because they are magic as fuck. So, I never plan them. I don't know what's going to come through. We just 100% follow the energy. Trust whatever comes through. There we go. And before we go any further, I feel to share that the last 6 months, I know I've said they've been challenging, and I've spoken into it a fair bit with you guys and in various offerings and whatnot, because I don't really feel to hide things from anyone or keep things a secret, because it just like festers like shame in the body, and it's like, ugh, gross. And one of the things, the reason that I called my offering that, it officially starts today, and then I'm keeping the doors open till tomorrow at 9 AM is when they officially close for the content incubator. And I just want to invite you to, if you've been feeling in any way drawn to this, to reach out to me, even if you're not sure, even if you're like, oh, I have to be 100% sure to even ask about it. You don't have to be 100% sure. Sometimes we're not certain about things until we ask. Like, you get to ask questions if you want to, and I am happy to answer questions. Like, more than happy to respond. I love to talk. So if you've been feeling it in any way, or even if this is the first time it's been brought into your awareness and you're like, oh, what's that all about? I think if you've never worked with me before, it may be perceived as, yeah, content, blah. And those of you who have worked with me before will know nothing in my world is surface, and you're going to see that in this meditation, right? Nothing in my world is surface. Every piece of work that I bring into the world, and this was one of the realizations I had last night. A big part of this was activated in the expansion portal, which was a free event that I did a few weeks ago. But a big part of what's been activated in my field and in my body recently has been a deepening and a reconnection to the fire of what is my purpose on this planet. And I was saying to my boyfriend last night, you know, this is what I'm here for. This is the work I've been put on this planet to do. There is no giving up for me. There is no other option. There is no plan B. Like, this is what I'm here for. And he just kind of looked at me and was like, you know, like, oh, I don't really have that sense of purpose, but I have this. And we were kind of just talking about how you know, how it's different for everybody. But for me, I've always known that I've always known that when I speak to something, when someone asks me my advice or for like some feedback on something, they ask me a question and I respond to it, I've always felt that, yes, the wisdom is coming through me and I understand it and it feels as a truth to me as I'm speaking it, but it's not like it's held in my body. It's that when people speak with me, the responses are kind of channeled. And it took me a long time to really own that, and to really own the fact that I actually don't need to hold wisdom and knowledge in my body about every single thing. Like, you know, when you're at school and you have to memorize data. I wasn't always very good at that. Like, I was pretty good at school in terms of like getting good grades and shit. Like, I did well at school, because, you know, high achiever life. If I don't get it, I'll make myself get it. But there was always a sense of certain things were so much easier for me. Things just came naturally, like, you know, English language, English literature, drama, media studies, like one or two of the sciences, but not all of them. Like, certain things just made sense to me and I just got it. I just understood it. And then there were other pieces of the puzzle where I'd be like, I don't really even understand why you need me to learn this. Like, this doesn't feel important to me. Because it was so like fact based, like feed me the fact and then repeat the facts back to me. There was no, you didn't even really need to understand in an embodied sense what the facts meant. You just needed to learn the facts and be able to repeat the facts back. And that felt like a waste of time. That's a personal thing. I'm not saying that is wrong. It's just, for me, I was like, I don't really, this doesn't, like, this feels like a waste of time. I don't just want to repeat facts. I want to feel it. I want to understand it. I want the wisdom and the knowledge that is embodied in me to come through, which I think is why things like poetry and English language and literature and drama and all of that stuff spoke to me more, was because it felt like there were no real rules. Like, there were rules, but they were so kind of flexible in terms of, you know, what is a poem? What is art? What is a play? How long does it have to be? How many characters? Does it have to, can it be this? Can it be that? And I always looked at people who like broke the boundaries, like people like David Mamet or Harold Pinter, and I would look at people who kind of started movements or broke the barriers and the boundaries of what we thought theatre and drama and art had to be. They were always the most fascinating to me, and the ones that I resonated with the most, because I was like, well, yeah, like, why do we have to do this a certain way? And for me, when it comes to anything, so even though it's called the content incubator, this offering that I've created, this space, this vortex of creation, is about so much more than just fucking writing content. Because to me, when I create content, I've said this before, but this is my art. Content creation and using social media and your blog or whatever it is it's our way of being able to speak a message to people who might not otherwise see it. It's our way of being able to speak a message that comes through us, that we don't even need to understand why the words are coming out, and just share it for the sake of sharing it, because it's our art, it's our creativity. And whether or not you tie that into like, oh, and this is my business and this makes me money, it's actually about kind of ascending that belief, and then the money comes. For me, helping people with, it feels to even say fucking like, oh, to even say like content creation, because it sounds so fucking bland, but it is so much more than that to me. It is artistry, it is self-expression. It is when we start to see the places, I mean, even doing this energy healing meditation, right? There's so many ways that I could have just been like, actually, I'm not just going to go in there and just do this, because what if people think this? What if people think that? The first time I did a meditation in this group was years ago, and I remember thinking, I haven't trained to be a meditation teacher. I just had the sense that I could guide people because I used to do it kind of accidentally, it would just come through me in client sessions, in group work. I would just be speaking, and then I'd be guided to have them close their eyes and feel into their body and guide them through what was coming through, channeled energy through the body. And so many people hold themselves back from really sharing these deeper, beautiful, vulnerable, expansive, spiritual, soft, yummy, delicious, or angry, ragey, whatever. All these parts of ourselves are so fucking valid, and they all make up the magical tapestry of the person that you are here on this planet to be. So for me, it's less about, oh, like I create this piece of content and then I sell a thing. It's like, no, I create this piece of content because my soul is called to share. I wish to express the energy that comes through me as a message into the world. And my desire is to be heard, to be seen, and for other people to feel something. I don't just show up and create content because it's like what you should do for your business. It's my form of self-expression. It's my way of often integrating experiences that I've had, whether they are, you know, emotional, energetic, spiritual, physical, practical, whatever. For me, sharing the experiences that I have, however they come out, is just such a blissful experience. And I long for and desire, and it feels so delicious to me when people work with me and suddenly their creativity comes back and they take it to a whole new place that they never took it before, because we find the place inside of you that is holding on to some beliefs or some past trauma or some ideas about how you're meant to portray yourself, what parts of you are acceptable, what parts of you are not acceptable. And to me, all of you is acceptable. And it's only in being in true acceptance of who you are and where you are right now that you can grow. So when we stop resisting ourselves and where we are in our journey, we stop making where we are wrong, and we just go, do you know what, maybe this is actually exactly how everything's, this experience I'm having right now, even right now, speaking to you, and the experience you're having right now, listening to me, whatever you're experiencing as you sit there, watch and listen, what if this is exactly perfect? And just like let yourself really feel that right now. What if this moment is perfect? What if the words you want to say and the way you want to say them is perfect? Even if it comes out blah, garbled, even if you trip over your words, even if there's a lot of energy or emotion behind it, what if you just trusted that it's exactly what needed to happen, and you stopped trying to control the way that you express yourself, and stop trying to control how other people receive and perceive you as a result of the way that you speak or dress or emote or communicate? There's no right or wrong. And this is such a key part of the message for me. There is no right or wrong in your journey. There is only continuing going or giving up. You know, like, you're perfect. So I'm going to take a sip of water. I'm going to point you to the fact that the content incubator will close tomorrow at 9 a.m. There is still space in there if you care to join us. This will change your life. Just, that's it. This offering, working with me, this closely with me, having me in your pocket on Telegram in itself is fucking life-changing for an entire month. Game fucking changer. Access to me and my channel in your back pocket. We do life together for an entire month, and we use creativity and expression and content creation as a conduit for growth. It is not just about creating content to build your business to make money. Oh, how do I say this? What should I talk about in order to make money, in order to prove myself, in order to position myself as an expert? It's about none of that. And it is all about using content as a conduit for your creativity, for your self-expression, and for your ultimate expansion as a fucking human, not just as a business owner or a spiritual practitioner or a creative. This is life-changing work. And that is all I have to say. And the link is there. And if you have questions, I'm a lovely human. You can reach out and ask me questions. I'm going to have a little sip of water, nestle in, and I advise you, if you don't have water, to quickly grab some. You may wish to have a journal with you in case anything comes up during the meditation, and then we're going to drop in. So if you want to go and grab water or your journal, go do it now. Ooh, there is so much energy moving, and this ear has popped and it won't unpop. Ugh. There's a lot of energy moving, baby. Okay. Just drop in the comments if you are here for this meditation. Okay, energy is alive. We are ready to go. Give me a little feedback in the comments, please. If you are here for this, I'm just going to cover up the little Sausalito so that he feels more comfortable and is less likely to fidget and be a pain when I actually drop into the energy. Oh, I see. Oh, you want to get off now. Okay, it's probably for the best, isn't it? It's probably for the best. No? Oh, okay, no, just readjusting. You already know I'm here for this. I love you, Philippa. I really do love you. I do. I love having you around. And Dale, there he is. Oh, we've got some good peeps on today. Okay. When you are ready. As you should. I love it. So, I want my spine to be slightly straighter. Sorry, little Sausalito. Oh, poor baby. Okay, so just dropping in. Woo. If you're new to my work, if you burp, if there are emotions, if you yawn, if your tummy gurgles, if you start to feel like a bit fidgety or whatever, it's okay. It's all good. It's just energy moving, shivers, whatever. Like, just soften into the body even more deeply. When you start to feel any contraction, your mind tries to start thinking, just bring yourself back to the body. Okay. So just closing your eyes and letting your feet anchor into the ground. Make any last adjustments that you need to. Just stretch any parts of the body, or whatever you need to do to just fully feel safe to surrender and drop into the body. Feel your seat bones relaxing. Feel the muscles around the seat bones softening. Notice any tension that you're holding in your hips, around your pelvis and the bones of the pelvis and the pelvic bowl. Almost as though your skeleton is breathing a sigh of relief as the muscles soften their grip. Just like you've been holding yourself in place for so long. Holding it all together for so long. And allowing your mind to become quiet. Any thoughts that you notice, rather than trying to push them away or think them to their end so that you can solve the problem or find the the end of the inspiration so that you can create the thing or whatever is happening in the mind, rather than trying to move it out of the body. Just see if you can catch it in a bubble. And that bubble, or those bubbles, depending on how many thoughts there are, like a balloon, they have a little string, little thread attached. And as you soften into the breath, almost like there's a little person standing in your heart, just hand over hand, gently pulling the threads down, pulling those balloons, those bubbles of thoughts down, one at a time. And as they reach the heart, they just dissolve. There's no effort required. Drawing these threads down into the heart. And as the bubbles or the balloons reach the heart, they just gently dissolve. Maybe they look like beads of water as they dissolve, and the water just splish, drips away, down, all the way down, through the body and out into the ground. Remembering to soften your shoulders away from your ears. And just noticing the energetic quality in the body right now, without needing to name it, without needing to attach emotion to it, just purely witnessing and feeling the physical body and the energetic body. Notice if your chin has drifted up, and just gently drop the chin back so that your spine is straight and the crown of your head is pointing directly to the sky. We point our chin up sometimes because sometimes it feels easier to look to the heavens, to the skies, to look externally, to feel externally, to constantly be like the spider in her web, waiting to see which of the threads get tugged at. What needs our attention externally all the time. So we lift our chin and we look out and up, preparing ourselves. When we breathe and come back to the body and allow the chin to drop slightly, allow the top of the spine into the skull to find its rightful place, its aligned place. We can no longer avoid what lives in the body, and nor should we desire to. And remembering to breathe, dropping deep into the belly now. Notice how the energy feels in the belly. What colours, what temperature, any sensations in particular. And as we sit with the belly, I'm also noticing we're being called to feel the energetic quality in the soles of our feet. And can we feel the soles of our feet softening and releasing? Sending gratitude to the soles of our feet, for these feet have held us our entire lives, from the moment we learn to walk. These feet have moved us forward. At times they have kept us strong and straight, stuck in place, as we felt we needed to weather the storm. Thank you, feet. And now you can let go. Just allowing the feet, the soles of the feet, the toes, the bones, sinews, tendons in the feet, to breathe a sigh of relief, allowing the feet to breathe a sigh of relief. Letting them know that they don't need to hold it all in anymore. Letting them know that it is safe for them to carry you forward. That you will no longer make them carry all of the pain and the baggage. That you will lighten the load by releasing the pain, trauma, the stories, the beliefs that have held you back and kept you stuck till now. Those feet have worked so hard to move you forward whilst you carried all this extra weight. Breathing it out of the body. Noticing if there's any emotion in the feet as you allow them to let go. Bringing your awareness now up into the shins and the calves. And as we touch each body part with the presence of our thought, with our mindfulness, extending the energy of gratitude into our ankles, our calves, our shins, our knees, up into our thighs, hamstrings, the bones of the thighs and hips. Thanking our entire lower body for holding so much for us and giving it permission now to let all of that pain go. Noticing as we release the pain, as we release the stuckness, the tension, the old energy, the stagnant energy and stories from these parts of the body, you might begin to feel like a drawing up of energy from the earth through the soles of the feet. Maybe it has a colour, a texture, a temperature. And notice how there's no efforting here. As you create space, it just finds the places where space has been created. Your body seems to just drink in the nourishment from the ground beneath your feet. Like it's been gasping all this time. It's been so in a drought almost that it is drinking it up, guzzling it up, and it is delicious. Trusting that there is enough energy for all of us and more. That by you drinking in, absorbing, receiving the nourishment from the energy that travels up from the ground beneath your feet into your body, you're not depleting anything. You're just connecting. And this energy and support was here for you all along. And it always will be moving forward. And as we continue to move up, releasing and thanking our body all the way up through the genitals, through the buttocks, through the spine, the belly, the lower back. Thank you. And it is safe for us to let go of all that has kept us stuck. It is safe for us to release the pain, the contraction, and any ideas around what we need to hang or cling onto. Softening the belly and the torso as you move up now into the ribs, the chest, the heart, the breasts, across the front of the chest and the collarbones, to the shoulders and down the arms, into the hands and the fingertips. Thank you, and it is safe for you to release all that no longer serves me and my highest purpose on this planet. I'm ready to receive the full activation of my divine purpose here. And I'm ready to speak the truths that need to be spoken through me. As you bring your awareness to your throat, your neck, and the energy travels up and around the back of your skull, over your face, softening your eyelids, your nose, softening the cheeks, the tongue, the teeth, the jaw, the gums, the lips, and all the while remembering to breathe. Allow yourself to be in this moment. Feeling anchored into the ground. Feeling the crown of your head connected also divinely to all that is above. And as we received energy from the earth, now we open to receive energy from above, and noticing it's not that we have to create an opening. The energy, when we allow it, simply drifts, flows, cascades down into and through and over us. This golden light of pure love from above, just melting away any last pieces of resistance, softening the belly, and taking just a few moments here in silence to feel and breathe and soften into the belly. And maybe you may wish to invite in some words, a message, if you are open to receiving. Maybe you wish to ask, what is my purpose? Show me, I'm ready to see. Without forcing or needing an answer right now, you may receive it now. But you may also receive a response in the form of warm energy, a shiver, a change in temperature, a sensation. It may even just feel like a contentment that makes you want to smile, and knowing it's coming and I'm ready. And if that is what you receive, let that be enough. Because it is enough. We don't always need the mind to logically understand or explain away what we know to be true in the cells of our body. safe now in the knowledge that you are connected and so divinely guided. Starting to bring awareness back into the physical body. Taking some deeper breaths in through the nose, and as you do so, really allowing the chest, the ribs to activate, the lungs to fill. Sounding on the exhale, and let's do 2 more of these nice big inhales. And on the exhale, on the next one, allowing yourself to roll your shoulders back, reawaken the physical body, breathing in. And when you're ready, you may wish to wiggle your fingers, your toes. You might want to have a big stretch. And then when you're ready, opening your eyes. Big stretch. I think I need a nap now. I feel so chill. Right. How are you doing, my beautiful peeps who are still here live? Oh, that felt yum. Oh, there we go. Back in the body. If you feel a little bit spacey and you want to bring yourself back into your body, oh good, I'm glad, yay. If you feel like you want to come back into your body, a great way to do that is to to squeeze your arms, give them a good squeeze, not to hurt yourself, and not rubbing, not stroking, because that's a different thing. Literally just like give yourself a little squeeze. You could do like one side or the other. Woo! Letting any energy move. Good. I'm glad, Dale, and I'm very happy you guys were here. I don't know. I know someone else is watching, but I'm not sure who it is. Thank you so much for joining me. Drink lots of water. Be gentle with yourself. Remember that the world outside is still the world outside, and that you cultivate your power and your safety from within, and that's what these experiences are for. If you care to join me in any of the offerings I have coming up this month, whether that be the content incubator that officially starts today, but we're actually going to activate the container tomorrow after 9 a.m. in the morning. And there's that, but there is also redemption, which is starting on Saturday. It's like so many things going on in my world. That's just how I like it. I like all the things popping like popcorn, as Genevieve would say. So if you feel to join me in either of those, please do. If you want more information on either of those, drop me a message. You know, you're more than welcome. You're so welcome, Philippa. It is always a delicious joy. Yum, yum, yum. So thank you so much for being here. Drop me a message if you have any questions about any of the things that I have coming up. I would love to see you all in there, obviously. I love this work, and I love to help elevate the consciousness of the fucking planet with your help, babies. Let's go. Love you so much. Thank you for being here. Bye.